welcome to all of you. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're about to enjoy this best of 5 coming up for you. In the blue, it's Scavenge. In the orange, it's Aight. And we're kicking off once again here in our 3rd series of the day. And it's going to be Mimfipi picking up possession, immediately heading on over into the blue half. It's last-minute defense from Keo. And Kikis misses his touch off the corner, but Keo there to clear up, boom this one downfield. Chuvist from the side, he sees Spring in field. Spring gets a touch, but Keo there once again. Immediately, Crafters, I'm seeing Keo almost immediately rotating back into the anchor roll. Doesn't do much good though, because Spring scores goal number 1.
No, it doesn't, and because the rotations here from Aight have been unbelievable in this first 40 seconds, it just seems these guys are... The chemistry between them is unbelievable. I've seen, in this first 40 seconds, I've seen 3 or 4 passive plays. There's a 5th potentially, and at least the 2nd goal. I'm starting to believe you when you say these guys are a top 2 finish at the very least. Anything else would be probably a disappointment for these guys, but right off the bat, despite Spring, excuse me, oh sorry, Spring isn't a sub, he's their main, but with the duo of Suvius and Mimfipi, Spring is a brilliant 3rd here. He has been in great position. I'm only saying this in the first minute of gameplay. What's the rest of the next first game, and then potentially 3 or 4 after that?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how. I didn't know how Kikis didn't score though on that return attempt. He ricocheted off the crossbar. To be fair, there was a ricochet off the post on the side of Aight as well. So eye for an eye, as they say. Here goes Chuvas carrying the ball into the net. 3-0, easy peasy. It's like a completely different step up in quality.
It's like it's just free play for Chuvius. There's no defense there. There's Kikis trying to get any sort of touch onto that ball, but great control from Chuvius. His mechanics are top notch, and for Scavenge Esports, I was trying to give them a little bit of credit coming in here. Again, this is the first game, and we saw what happened in the first games in our last couple of series, where it just took some teams 2.5 minutes, or just a few minutes just to settle themselves in, maybe even a game or 2. So maybe that's what Scavenge needs, but it doesn't Spring very much to mind that these guys are going to be given an inch of space. Here comes Keo trying to clear it out, but once again Spring is there. Spring has sprung into life, and Aight just not giving them an inch here in the first 2.5 minutes.
I pity Scavenge in that this might be a little bit falsifying of how they actually play. They are playing with 2 subs, I would like to remind you. And so don't take this as a vintage classic, this is what Scavenge always looks like performance. Do take it from us though, this is how Aight play, and Chuvas knocks one up as well.
Yeah, brilliant touch from Chuvas. Classic from the left-hand side wall, touching it through. But again, the defense from Scavenge, like you said, they're playing with 2 subs today, an emergency sub and Flying Midget. It's potential that they've not played together too much, and they've not got that team chemistry as much as Aight. But 4 goals to 0. We saw it in the first game of Backflip Boys. Oh, there comes Spring over the top looking for the dunk in. Backflip Boys got 4-0 up in the first game, and then they were struggling. Well, I say struggling, they were given a good run for their money in the rest of the games. Did end up being a 3-0 sweep. Here comes Spring trying to get that one through for 5-0. But yeah, I've not seen this ball in the orange half for too long, I would say. There's only 2 shots registered for Scavenge Esports. It's unbelievable.
It was in there for 2 seconds, Crafters.
It was
straight back out.
Right back out again.
And again, Spring eases it past Keo back into his own half. So that was a intentional back pass. Flying Midget on target, saved by Mimfippy. I'd say that was probably their best opportunity of the game. It was a good shot, well saved. Ikis over to the side. Flying Midget is met by Spring. Kiko. Oh, it's a miss by Spring. Keo going to try and get this one over. Here we go. An offensive play that pays off. It was a double commit. I think it was a mistake in defense, but either way, they've got one back at least.
Yeah, double commit there from Mimfippy, and Kiki's, I said it there, great follow-up following Kiko. And that is what you want to see from this Scavenge side. You might not think they have a hope in the world that's going to let them get past this Aight side, but 4-1, less than a minute to go, and they might have conceded this game, but they're certainly not conceding the momentum and trying their best to get some points back on the scoreboard for themselves. Here comes Kiko over the top, actually, followed up by Flying Midget. Oh, it's a big double commit. There's Kiki's. That could have been a potential third follow-up. Could have been a 4-2 game. It was just another double commit from this blue side. Oh my goodness. Every chance seems to be going wide just by the
there we go.
hair in their skin. Oh my god, once again, I couldn't see there from the smoke of whoever got demoed. But this has been a strong performance there from in the first game by Aight. But it doesn't mean that Scavenge don't have a chance. They have had their opportunities, but it's only came in the last minute or so, and Aight comfortably taking game number 1.
Technically the most gifted squad I think we've seen over a game. 13 shots on target.
Oh, you're kidding me. Come on.
Against, I mean, Scavenge weren't even that bad. They managed to get 6 on target. I'd say usually 10's an exceptional game from the team. But you can tell that this is a great squad crafters, because the top guy in terms of points didn't even score a goal. 3 assists, 3 saves, 3 shots from Mimfippy.
Got the triple without the quadruple. But I'd say 6 shots from Scavenge. That's pretty darn good, considering the amount of pressure that I had been putting on in the first game, in the first half of this game. Does give them a glimmer of hope, I would say, going forward. But again, we talked about it with Backflip Boys in the last game, being a little bit too content and letting post game strong into the game, into the first game, too late. And they did end up going on a run and giving themselves some pressure. Was that a fake kickoff I did see there? I think that
was a fake kickoff, yeah.
Okay, right, we're back to Season 2, boys. Flipside as world champions, and we're in Amsterdam.
Juvis on the back. Oh my god, how did he get that in? How did he get that in?
That is nuts from Juvius, just playing this all himself, feathering his boost as much as he can. Flying Midget trying to clear the ball away, but just puts it back into his car. And Juvius with the double touch to start this game number 2. What an incredible touch. There's another one. Oh, brilliant pass from Spring. And Juvius off the kickoff. This is unbelievable from Aight. They are on fire, my man. On fire.
What?
Oh.
What? Let us bow down to Lord Chuvas, good lord. Popping off is the phrase that we like to use in the scene. I don't even think Scavenge knows exactly what's hit them. They are just perfectly synchronized, all 3 of them. Here's another one on target, saved at the last by Kikis, but Spring was there to follow up. Similar story to game number 1. It's 3 goals before the first minute's out.
It does count as a save here from Kikis, but really it's just a pass out to Spring. Oh my goodness, the amount of pressure. I think Did they score 4 goals in the first minute in the last game? I think they did. They might do the
I
same
think they
here in
just
game
about
number
managed
2.
it, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they're going to do the same here in game number 2 as well. Here comes
There it is.
4 minutes, 5 seconds.
That's his
left to
hat-trick.
play, and we have 4 goals already. Oh my.
That's his hat-trick.
It's indescribable. The chemistry, the synchronization, as you put it, Our League, between these guys, the communication is off the scale from anything I've seen at this level. And that's only the first minute of game 2. 4 goals scored. How many are they going to get in this one?
I asked the question only because I didn't really keep an eye on it myself. Did these guys not try and attempt to qualify for RLRS? Because, I mean, the quality of play that I'm seeing here would give you a very good chance of getting in.
Yeah, considering some of the quality that we saw
There's
last
number
week,
5.
this is up there with the amount of quality that we saw in the Rival Series qualifiers last week. It's unreal.
I mean,
It's unreal.
that shot is... It looks simple. It looks like a straight shot, but he had to angle his car around the ball to get that one on target. I mean, it's not just the team play we're talking about here. It's their individual mechanical skill is incredible. A totally different prospect to anything we've seen so far this season. Which I know, given, it's only been 2 series, right? But
Yeah. And they don't seem to be putting a foot wrong either, Ira League. Even when they do have to play a little bit of defense, their touches are solid. They're not making too many mistakes, if any at all. And Scavenge are just looking for, or you could just say scavenging for a break in the defense, and it's just not happening. They are just so solid in their rotations, so solid in their communication. There's not a lot of double commitments. There's the first miss I think I've seen from Chuvius this game. And it doesn't really matter as it is 5-0 with 2.5 minutes left.
we're getting our best people on finding out whether Aight tried to qualify. We almost, in the meantime, have goal number 6. We could be in Brazil territory if we're not careful. We've just passed half-time. They didn't attempt to qualify for the RLRS. Well, this team has a bright future ahead of them. Let me tell you that for sure. That's goal number 6.
Goal 6, and it doesn't get any better than that, does it? The quality is not dipping at all. 6-0, and they're still scoring absolute bangers. 2 minutes 14 left. There's still one more game at least after this, and I don't see Scavenge even scoring in this. We could potentially have a Brazil, although I would imagine Aight would be saying, "No, we want a clean sheet. We don't want to concede anything, even if it is for a Brazil."
I feel like we're witnessing the birth of the next big bubble team here. I really do. I don't give out that praise lightly. These guys look good. They look real good. And in theory, it could only get better.
Exactly. And if they stick together, like we're just being told by Cappy that they're insane players, but they don't class themselves as that competitive. If they, I mean, if this is their first look at competitive Rocket League, they must be wanting more now, because they'll be thinking they can compete on the bigger stages. I would love to see them in rival series at the very least, and then any more you know, like weekly or monthly tournaments that some of the bigger organizations here in Europe will be putting on over the course of the RLCS season and the off season coming up a little bit later this summer as well. It's going to be a big future for these guys if they decide they want to compete, because I think this league is going to give them that glimpse into how competitive they can be. Who knows? Like you said, this could be the start of something.
Of course, we wax lyrical as if the league is already finished at this point. We could have a complete turnaround in week number 2. We've got to be fair, but we are judging what we are seeing on this series. And I like what I see, certainly. The last 10 seconds of game number 2 await us. They count down now. Is there going to be number 7? No, Keo just about saves that. Chuvas tries to find Min50, but Fly Midget makes the interception. We have our heaviest defeat of the BESL so far. It's a 6-0 smacking in game number 2 of Series 3 tonight. We Aight all right. They move on to match point.
They are living up to their team. Then we talked about talking about
Yeah,
this.
they are right, yeah.
Yeah, they're more
That's
Aight.
It's another 13 shots on target. This time 6 converted.
Only 4 for Scavenge as well, and only 3 saves to their name. But Scavenge's defense. Well, let's just talk. Let's shift a little second and let's just talk about what Scavenge are doing, because I don't think they're playing that badly. It's just
Same.
We are playing out of their skulls. The rotations are there. They are overcommitting sometimes, and sometimes the communication just isn't there. They try and go for a pass, the person isn't there, but everyone's rotated back to defense. If they can hang with the big boys. Actually, they can't hang with this big boy in particular, but I reckon that Scavenge could potentially hang with some of the big boys that we have seen, maybe Ram Ranch and potentially Backflip Boys as well. It's just unfortunate they have to play. They have to play Aight in the first week, because this is a
with
good
2
team.
subs.
With 2 subs as well. I think even with their 2 subs, they are showing that they are a decent team. It's just dwarfed by the fact that they're playing this out of their skulls team of Aight.
I don't think I've said a single bad thing about Scavenge, to be honest. And you know what? Even if it's just consolation, they've deserved this. Flying Midget there. Yeah. The emergency sub, I remind you. Not even their regular sub. Emergency sub. They get a goal within the first 10 seconds. Now park the bus.
Just sit in defense. Just rotate someone into net every now and again. You'll be
oh my god.
But you cannot defend against that. First of all, brilliant pass from Chuvius. Again, great communication. Seeing
what is this shot?
But that is a touch and a half. The angle that you have to get, because he's coming out of net as well. He needs to touch that behind him, and he still scores it.
Zlatan who?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm left speechless at this point.
Oh. If these guys don't get picked up, that is a.
If these guys don't, let's take it one step at a time. If these guys don't realize how good they are and that they can go places, that's going to be the real crime here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we can talk about orgs picking them up and stuff.
But I think if they were to go into the competitive scene, it wouldn't be too long. I don't think.
Couldn't agree more.
Showing it rival series next season.
And honestly, as well, one of the biggest positives I think is that you're picking them up as a squad. There's no need to mix and change this team. They all look good.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
Min50 just showing off.
And they still scored it.
They still score after that. That is insane. I mean, they have to draw the 2 defenders out to cope with that, because he could have gone either way. But good on Spring, and Chuvius following it up. And Min50 doesn't get the absolute beast of a goal that he was trying to go for. But it just shows you that they will rotate in and punish you for any mistake in defense that you make. And that was a big double commit through.
I can't stop smiling.
Neither can I.
I can't stop smiling at this team. That's a feels bad own goal there.
Yeah.
3-1 to Aight. But honestly, I think after game number 2, we all knew what direction this series was going in.
Yeah, it's tough to see really anyone that we've seen so far compete with that. Maybe Mind Games. I don't know what week they play. We'll
maybe Backflip Boys. Hey, they got a goal back.
Boys, but hey, oh wait, it's a 1-goal game with 3 minutes 11 left.
Yeah.
We have potential here, Iowa League.
There are small mistakes starting to come out, aren't they? And I'm going to go back to that earlier point, which I thought I was making in the last series. I think I'm going to make it a bit more convincingly this series. There is an air of complacency. We're seeing these guys go for ridiculous shots. And okay, every single one of them looks dangerous. But also, they're going for ridiculous shots. They're giving up possession a lot easier. And they can't afford to do that. Because you're right. And I agree with you entirely. Scavenge do look good. It's not that they're playing badly. It's just that Aight have played incredibly. And they can't afford Scavenge opportunities like that because they've proven twice now that they can score when the opportunities are gifted to them.
Yeah, and it's not to say that Scavenge don't make mistakes. They are making some mistakes, but they're just emphasized by the fact that Aight are taking full advantage of every single even small mistakes, even just a whiff ball every now and again. It is taken full advantage of by Aight. But you see here, like we said with Backflip Boys, they got a little bit too complacent, but this is not complacency from Mvipi. Trying to gets it out to a 2-goal lead once again. Great stuff from Spring as well. He was flying around that ball, scraping around on the floor. Power sliding is the word I was looking for. Drawing all the defenders out. And it's a 2-goal game once again. Could potentially be a third here. Oh, it's going to be wide open. Oh, Spring couldn't make the touch. Just puts it to the side. But again, it's still, well, it was possession in favor of Aight, but now finally into the orange half of the field. Flying Midget over the top, looking for the third goal for them, fourth in the series it would be. They've only scored 1 goal throughout this entire season, well, before this game. Have Scavenge.
They've doubled their return already, or tripled their return even, I should say, in going up from 1 to 3.
Indeed they have, but there's not many more superlatives we can use to describe Aight, because I think we've exhausted the casting cliche on them. I would say, because they're playing out of their minds. They are a force to be reckoned with, and teams in this league should be very scary.
It's something about third series of the day with us too, isn't it? Every single third series or third game that we come through, there's something special about it. And this has been a very special series, not for Scavenge fans out there, of course. Definitely not for Scavenge fans out there. I feel for you. Yeah, this is...
Because, like we've been saying, they're not playing badly. They are making mistakes, but they're not playing badly. They might even make top 4 compared to the 4 teams that we've seen so far. They could potentially make top 4. We'll have to see them with their full roster at some point as well, and we'll see how they get on then. But just watching them here against or watching Aight here, it's tough to see them finish outside the top 2.
So just over 30 seconds remaining here in game number 3. And I think it's fair to say that this one is probably over, unless there is nothing short of a miracle on the cards. Chuvist goes inward, flying midget down from the backboard. Kikis misses his touch. Oh, gets it over one, however. Is that an open net? Yes, it is for Keo, but Spring was ready there at the back. Even when they're going for the flare shots, they're still ready to keep an eye on their rotations. And that is as comprehensive a victory in a best-of-5 series that you will ever see, folks. Aight are going to take their first W of the BESL Season 3. I think they move into first position in the league by value of how many goals they scored, so their goal difference. Of course, earlier, the Backflip Boys winning 3-0 as well. Scavenge will be licking their wounds. I think they could be proud of the amount of goals that they've been able to score. Honestly, they have looked good. keeping in mind as well, of course, that they've got 2 subs in as well. Next week is another day. You're going to be coming up against someone who is not Aight.
and maybe this is a good thing for Scavenge, because they've got the tough opponent out of the way first.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a dampener on the start of their season, but going forward, they know we don't need to play them again, because single round robin, everyone plays each other once, and who knows, we could see them finish in the top 4, go to LAN. You might even have to play them there. Seeing we at LAN is going to be a fantastic sight, because there's no doubt about it. We're going to see we at LAN. I know it's week 1. We're still
You're calling it already.
We're calling it already. We at are going to LAN.